Naya Fling, if you haven't seen it. This is a deck leveraging the very powerful Adventures core package out of Eldraine, like a lot of decks are in this standard format. And the Fling that we play here is Kazuul's Fury. So this is a land spell split card, lets you throw a giant creature at your opponent. This deck was really sweet last time we played it, had a number of games where we 20-0'd our opponent in one turn. And the basic idea is that Goldspan Dragon, with cards like Unleash the Fury, punch the opponent for a lot of damage, especially when you have cards like Shepherd of the Flock and Sejiri Shelter to protect it. So Goldspan Dragon doesn't just make mana when opponents target it, it also makes mana when you target it. So things like Unleash the Fury are technically free. The second and third chapter of Showdown of the Skalds is also very potent when combined with Dragon and Unleash the Fury. Giving counters and then doubling the attack is very, very strong. When you have the extra chapters on this trigger, it's something that comes up a lot of the time too, is you'll use Bonecrusher to stomp your own dragon to put a counter on it for 0 mana, and then Unleash the Fury to double it up. And should Unleash the Fury on your dragon not be enough for lethal, you have Kazuul's Fury to fling them on top of it. Does Unleash Fury stack? It does, yeah. So if you have 2 Furies, you Fury the first time, it goes to 8. You Fury the second time, it goes to 16. So it's not double strike like something like Embercleave. It's doubling the power, which stacks up. Double Unleash with chapter 2 or 3 of Showdown is also lethal with the dragon, because you'll Fury, put a counter, double to 10. You'll Fury, put a counter, put it to 11, double to 22. So get some really, really crazy, silly, powerful draws on the back of the Unleashes. No actual Fling, wasn't it, in Eldraine? We don't need actual Fling. We have 4 copies of a 3-mana Fling that's also a land. That way when your Fling's not good, you can do something else with it. I told you this deck was busted, chat. Look at us putting up results already. Chat, at some point in the last couple of days, we rolled past 9 million page views on my channel. Yay, meaningless metrics. It was a hot game. Thanks for the bit minimum effort. Schnookums, thanks for the 1.5 years. Good morning, good morning. How much of a difference is using 61 cards instead of 68? Not that much. This is the answer. I wonder if they conceded and then like closed arena and walked away. Maybe thinking they were playing best of 1 instead of best of 3. It's weird that they conceded before mulligans, then haven't resubmitted and then conceded again. Not quite sure what's happening here. Really hope we're not gonna have to sit here and wait for a timeout. What's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. Folks ready for the weekend? My schedule will be a little bit different timing this weekend because I'm playing in 2 different tournaments. I believe, let's check my calendar. I believe tomorrow's tournament starts at 11 a.m. Central. Yeah, tomorrow's tournament starts at 11 a.m. Central, and then Sunday's tournament starts at 10 a.m. Central. And I'll be streaming both of those on a 10-minute delay. As someone who is quarantined but has children, yes, weekends are relevant. Not having to wrangle children. Do you have a question I missed, Beansy? Sideboard guides. Oh, sorry, I did miss that. Drop me a DM. We'll work it out for you. Do I have decks I'm going to play in the tournaments? Yeah, I'm going to play Blue-Black Mutate on one of the days, and I'm going to play the 4-color Storm Herald deck on the other. They're both... Yeah, I think our opponent might have conceded and then walked away from their computer, not realizing they were playing best of 3. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to restart my Arena client, because chat reminded me that I didn't do that. Definitely Discord, Beansy. Speaking of tournaments and stuff too, since we've got a second of downtime while we wait our opponent to plug, the Mythgard card game that I've been playing a bit of on stream in the afternoons, and also off stream, on my iPad, they announced that they're going to be having some in-client tournaments starting soon that qualify for their world championships and pay out some cash. I think I'm gonna play in the first of their tournaments for those on the 20th. March 20th this month is their first tournament, and they have full in-client tournament support. So there's no third-party stuff, which is sweet. Why restart the client? Because Magic the Gathering Arena leaks memory, which means the longer it stays open, the slower it runs. Cookie or cake? Why cookie or cake? Why not cookie? I feel like cookie or cake, you should change your username to cookie and cake. Don't make people choose between great things. Mr. T-Rex, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. All right, well, with that draw, we're just put that in the play tab. One thing that's sweet too, by the way, that comes up occasionally with this deck is that Shepherd of the Flock returns any permanent to your hand. So in the late game, you can pick back up Kazuul's Fury and then use it as a spell with Shepherd of the Flock. Same for the other spell lands in this deck. I know that sounds cheeky, but I promise you, it comes up. Cookies on cake? Yeah, that sounds great. Big fan. I'm just a big fan of cookies in general. Look at how powerful our deck is, chat. It's so strong. It's so strong. All right, so I feel like both the Crawling or the Faceless Haven and the Snowland implies that they're on just straight Gruul. So I think we want red caps in addition to Fire Prophecies here. But what do I want to trim? I feel like Unleash the Fury is kind of one of my go-to trims, and cutting some Shepherd of the Flocks against aggro is probably fine. Favorite cookie? Like store-bought cookies. I like Oreos has a special thin Oreo that they make, which is great. non-store-bought cookies, I have a grandfather was 100% Italian, so we always had pizzelles around the holidays. So definitely a nostalgic fan of that cookie. I don't the homemade pizzelles tend to be better than store-bought, but I'm biased in that opinion for sure. Pizzelles. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it with this. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how it's spelled. To be completely honest, I do not have a spelling for you. Fookies? Man, by the way, if you watched any of my Bugsnax playthrough and you did not watch the final playthrough yesterday, even if you don't want to watch it start to finish, you should go watch the last 40 minutes of my Bugsnax playthrough on YouTube yesterday. The game gets weird, chat. It takes a bit of a twist, and yeah, it's a trip. It is like, if you don't plan to play Bugsnax for yourself and you thought the world was endearing, you should watch the last 40 minutes before. Yeah, it goes, someone described it yesterday, it twists from good acid trip to bad acid trip on a dime. It's quite the pivot. I liked the game as a whole. It just, the ending was not what I was expecting. Alright, I think I'm doing this, and then there's the question of what land am I playing this turn. I think it's this on green, because I have this for extra white later. Opponent missed eating our Innkeeper into turn there. Got a cleave. Stomp? Okay, sweet. It's also, if you want to watch the Bugsnax playthrough start to finish, it's a very low time commitment. I think my full playthrough is like 6 hours. It's like watching a mini series on Netflix. Little sad to not have a land drop, but I think it was right to use the shelter to protect my Innkeeper there. Frostbite's a very good draw. Untapped White Source, please. I think we're just chopping this down. think we're doing this. I feel like I need to hit some lands this turn. This is going up to a 5/5, which is a touch scary. We're kind of in a need to fade Embercleave window here. It's actually a pretty good hit. We didn't find the extra white source we were looking for, unfortunately, but Redcap to kill Bonecrusher sounds fantastic here. So they did this with the Redcap Melee face up, which is interesting. I primed yesterday, but it wants me to share today, so I demand more. Thanks for the 39 months, Delred. Yeah, and I've got Giant Killer face up here. Loading Gur, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. They could have eaten the Bonecrusher before damage. I don't think it really mattered. I think they were pretty far behind there. He's playing Yorion. I think this hand's probably fine against Yorion. Our super aggressive starts aren't going to be good here anyways, so might as well keep a hand that has plenty of lands. I'm just going to fetch a second run on one with this, I think. I think we're going to wait till probably 3 to play the Edgewall Innkeeper. So that way we can play it with protection up. Alright, well that changes that dynamic. I don't have any adventures in sight either, so like if the first one eats a Doomblade, like that's fine. Omen of the Sea, Omen of the Sea. Do 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 do. This deck top tier still. It's definitely top tier still. That doesn't really surprise me. It's got, like, objectively powerful, like, punk you out, kill you from big attacks turns. It's got protection for its things. It's got good interaction. The adventure package is just a bunch of good cards, believe it or not. Do I actually play another Innkeeper out into an Extinction event? I feel like the answer is no. Smells like a sweeper. Yeah, I'm definitely ready for this package to rotate. This card should have been an O2. Is actually, I think the balance change I would have liked, or a 1/2 if you wanted it to have a point of power. This card shouldn't have been allowed to enable. This card should not have been allowed to enable Lovestruck Beast. This card enabling Lovestruck Beast made Lovestruck Beast downside 2 free. In my opinion. Now I think its effect is fine. I think the big miss there was the fact that it enables Lovestruck Beast. Okay, so this will be red, this will be green, this will be white. There's definitely a few different knobs they could have turned. Lovestruck Beast being a 4/5, for example. Would have been a fine knob to twist. And now I played out the second Innkeeper here, because if they sweep the board this turn, I can jam Goldspan next turn. So now I get 2 for 1 by this, but I get to resolve this spell, which is good. You know what else would be good? Drawing spells at some point this game. Would be really sweet. I've heard it's busted. Nice mace stun, bro. Nice sub, bro. Thanks for the 20 months. And thanks for the 16 months. Subs that are coming back, by the way, if you didn't hear, I want to try and plug this every day. The Hooklandia Online Open Series is coming back. March 21st, we're going to be having a historic tournament. We're going to get news about Historic Anthology 4 this afternoon. Hopefully that's going to release before that tournament. That weekend will be the first chance to show off those cards in a little bit of a pseudo-competitive setting. I say pseudo-competitive because our Hooklandia tournaments have a casual-ish vibe to them. They're not super cutthroat. We have fun though. Look at that! Oh gosh. That was a heck of a draw, chat. That was a heck of a draw. We finally found a spell, and boy golly was it a spell. Expecting any big names. I have not reached out to other creators yet. I will have Jim Davis casting the tournament with me. But as far as other creators playing in it, I've not reached out to people yet. No custom ban list, Dr. Mister. This plays a little odd for my opponent. You shall not kill my dragon! And then the question becomes, do I re-jam the dragon, or do I just play these cards over here? I guess I can put this on an adventure if the dragon gets countered. Are me and Jim friends on the SCG circuit? We knew each other from events. We were friendly. Okay, so they need 2 removal spells here. Otherwise, we have this face up and they die. We're gonna get to cast the Shepherd of the Flock off of that. Yeah, sounds great. Sick. Distortion. Thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, so this is definitely a Roiling Vortex matchup. It's probably a Phoenix of the Ash, Ox of the Agonas matchup. What are our trims here? What doth we want to get rid of? I feel like trimming 2 adventures is probably a good thing to do in most places. Is it crazy to just cut all the Furies in this matchup and just try and go longer? How many lands are on? We're on 20. We're on 28 lands theoretically. I wonder if Kazuul's Fury is a card that we cut because they have counter spells. This card's pretty mediocre against. Maybe I split the difference here and cut both of these. How many red sources am I on? This is 8, 10, 15. I'm still on 17 red. It doesn't seem unreasonable. Right, this is 8, 11, 13. Oh, it's 15 red. Probably want at least 16 red with how I'm boarding. Bringing in a lot of red cards. Let's leave one Fury. And I feel like we probably don't need Fury a lot of the time post-board here. This is where the magic happens, chat. That is actually one of the better draws in our deck. I'm allergic to mulligans, chat. It's a real shame. It's a real shame we don't have an untapped land here. I need to play this so I can play my 3-drop on 3, so I can't hold up Shepherd of the Flock here, unfortunately. You are probably the bully if you are playing Thoughtseize Historic. Thoughtseize Historic is definitely some bully energy. It's a great draw. Attempt to crack you for 6. I appreciate you letting me untap, opponent. Shoutouts to you. I could regret playing this on white. It means my 5th land for dragon needs to be a red, but like hopefully Showdown is going to happen here soon. If they like shadows me here, I can play this out, which is great. Hopefully they just like cultivate plus draw this. I guess if they ultimatum us next turn, we're gonna be in a bit of trouble, huh? Potentially. We could see land extinction event for even here. I think I take this opportunity to do this Because our way to beat an ultimatum next turn is to punk them out with Dragon. It's a real shame we don't have one more land, huh? Think we do this to have protection for Dragon next turn. I don't know that we can win through ultimatum here. They just scried, so that should mean they're not ultimatuming, right? Just a noodle. Just a noodle, chat. Do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Do 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 do. Noodle is beatable. Really hoping for an untapped land tier off the top. Nailed it. Hopefully they didn't see this dragon come in. Oh, we'll be coming round the dragon when she comes. Do, 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 do. The dragon's gonna attack you for lots and lots of damage. Do, 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 do. Got me. I mean, they know they can't Heartless Act the Sejiri Shelter, right? The dragon, because of the Sejiri Shelter? So, like, you know, I don't hate my opponent's play there. Okay, and then we hit them to 6, and then we cast Roiling Vortex here post-combat. Which means they can no longer ultimatum us. Yeah, this is... If I was playing to win as the only thing I wanted to do in this format, this Naya deck would be what I would be playing. It's honestly, even just not just playing to win, like the turns that this deck gets to have are just incredibly sweet. Oh no, please don't kill my dragon. This is incredibly satisfying too. Got him. Should we have waited? That wasn't a kill. I don't understand what you mean, Beansy. Waited on what? Oh, they were just removing counters from it. Ha! I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, you're right. That's funny. Yeah, I totally wasn't thinking about that. It's fine. It doesn't matter. In my head, you're only playing Heartless Act if you're killing. You're killing things, but you're right. It doesn't matter. They're dead, right? We just attack with these. They block 1. They go to 1. They take a point from this. You're right. You're right. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't paying attention to the mode. I was just excited to get to pick my dragon back up. They were totes using the flavor text. For the white flash to gain 2. They're playing Sultai Ultimatum. Stop it. We also know the only card in their hand. It's land. Oh yeah, and we can pay a red to activate into the Royal. The card's got 3 lines of text on it, chat. Man, just mono Sultai today. I mean, I'll take it. This deck seems to farm Sultai, so deal. Make people regret some of their deck choices. How do we feel? So I think, so if my opponent wasn't showing Yorion, I would play Kazuul's Fury on 1. Because my opponent's showing Yorion here, I'm gonna fetch Plains and go Innkeeper, Giant Killer, cantrip my Innkeeper on 2 here. I know the companion mechanic was a bit of a miss on power level in the details, but I honestly can't overstate the number one thing I like most about basically every non-magic card game, Runeterra, Mythgard, Hearthstone, most other games give you information about what kind of deck your opponent is playing before game 1, and being able to make informed mulliganing decision and land sequencing decisions off of that information is just so incredibly satisfying and rewarding as a player. One of the worst feelings in Magic, right up there with Mana Screw in my opinion, are those games where, oh, I kept this hand that would have been okay against control, but they're playing aggro, or oh, I kept this hand that it would have been okay against aggro, but they're playing control. Getting that wrong half problem in your interactive decks really sucks. And I love the perspective of, oh, they're a Yorion deck, I get to sequence like they're a control deck. That is so satisfying to me. And honestly, that's part of the reason why I've really enjoyed playing tournaments on MTG Melee, because the open deck list tournaments just add such an incredible additional skill access to the game, being able to know what your opponent is playing and make those informed decisions game 1 gives you so much more player agency. Apoldris, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Oh yeah, companions as a mechanic are dead. I don't expect companions will ever be back. They are dead and gone. I don't think I'm just jamming a dragon into open mana here. They could definitely be a Jawari disruption deck. They have Heartless Act, all sorts of things. My opponent's gonna tap out for a Cultivate or a Binding of the Old Gods, then we'll play a dragon and smash them. Yeah, there's also layers to that. Wait. In fact, we've seen that with companions in Magic 2, where during a couple of seasons ago, there was a meme where people were playing an 80-card mono red deck with Yorion as the companion, and just like punking people based on that, oh, their Yorion will mulligan accordingly. So I didn't attack with my Giant Killer here. Because if they want to cantrip their Yorion this turn, I want to tap it so it can't block my Goldspan Dragon. I'm gonna jam the first dragon here since I have a backup. Was it worth it to go for lethal there? I mean, obviously, I think the answer to that question is no. That's why I didn't go for lethal there. So I think my opponent's control deck is very likely to have a piece of interaction. I think we just let this happen, and then we'll diddle this, and then we'll hope to draw a protection spell next turn. And if we draw a protection spell, we can kill them. Chap Daily, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Thanks, Perky. We're gonna have fun regardless. It's important to remember that Magic's a game with a lot of variance in it, and you're never guaranteed to do well. Yep. Probably dead here. We hung around, did nothing for a little bit too long here. The game paced out exactly how our opponent wanted it to go. They didn't have enough early pressure. Gravity bolts. Suppose we could theoretically draw another dragon and a piece of protection here. They don't have a second stroke. Usually there's only like 2 of these. Usually there's not a ton of strokes in the main decks. Okay. I mean, depending on what their cards are here, we could still theoretically Skalds into Dragon and to kill them, right? Take a draw step. Skalds Dragon, kill them as possible here. We just need a Skalds plus a protection spell on it with the dragon. And land means we're dead. He had some powerful draws there. How we board last time? We cut 2 Bonecrushers, Kazuul's Fury, and 3 Flings. I think that's right. I think I like that. This is definitely a land. That last game really showed why Roiling Vortex is great in this matchup, though. Like, the game lasted 5 ever, and Roiling Vortex just, like, nickel and diming them, even if they don't cast Ultimatum, is still very strong. Our 1 copy of Unleash Fury in the opener feels a little bad. Yeah, I mean, like, we got them over half dead that last game, just, like, nickel and diming them with 1 power dorks, too, right? So, like... Yeah, it also encourages them to, like, cast Binding of the Old Gods to take it off the table. Or Binding the Old Gods. There's that nub in there for whatever reason, my brain. I know the waiting game didn't play out for us last game, but I do think, especially with Roiling Vortex here, that, like, we're encouraged to play the waiting game. Waiting to play Showdowns when we have more mana available is also good. I think we just get to hang out here and poke them. Because, like, if they play Binding the Titans here, we get to just pick this up. Huh? Okay, so with this draw, I think I give up protecting this. Essence Scatter. Okay. Well, now we're not giving up protecting it. If Innkeeper had resolved there, I would cast Shepherd as a 3/1 and draw a card just to get pressure going, to encourage them to tap out to interact with my creatures. Sure. Okay, and now we just punch them in the face for 8, right? And then this hit for 8 means that they can't cast Ultimatum next turn now because of Roiling Vortex. That's true. It is a legal play to cast it. This is the part where we chop down their Shark Typhoon. Ooh, do they have a negate? Okie doke. Seeing how those games are playing out, I don't know if I love this Ox in this sideboard. I feel like I want my Bonecrusher Giants in this matchup. Just to have something to do early. I'd like to axe the Ox. Yeah, exactly. Get it out of here. Well, I mean, we're on the draw, right? We have 25 lands left in our deck still, or a 27 land deck. Nailed it. Never didn't have it. Nice, nice. Love to see it, chat fam. Crunch. Yep. Ramp it up. Do. Driving in my bird, beep beep. Hey, thanks for being here, totally reasonable. I appreciate you keeping me around. Would you like to bind something? And like, they don't have any answers here that can answer both of our threats in play, which is stellar for us. They're just drawing Yori in. Well, that seems great for us. I think we just Showdown here, right? Think. Could be wrong. Getting the advantage off of this seems quite appealing. Bind them up. Move them out. Do. They bolted themselves, eh? Am I supposed to Lovestruck Beast? I think I'm just supposed to jam the dragon, right? Because if they don't have scatter or negate, they lose on the spot. Because if I Lovestruck Beast, cast Lovestruck Beast, I make my thing a 2/2, and then the Lovestruck Beast can't attack. I think I just hope they're sitting on removal and not a counter. Unfortunate, they have a counter. That scatter they showed us earlier. Only getting a land off of this is rough. They have Yorion, so they're sitting on removal. Can you explain to me? Actually, you're just wrong, because they didn't have one. You're wrong. They didn't have removal. When you come back, you're welcome to explain how having Yorion guarantees they have removal, because in no way does it telegraph that. I think I want more mana here more than this protection spell. Jay Drizzy, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people you can ship that to for someone through on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month. Yeah, I think we're dead here, unfortunately. I think they meant they could use Yorion to flashback binding. Well, that's also wrong in the context of what we're talking about, right? Like in the context of what we're talking about there, it's not removal. I was hoping they had a removal spell from hand to interact with the dragon so we could use the protection spell as opposed to blinking. Blinking this on board would have been very good for us, so it's not relevant. Again, I get that you could actually and like I just said removal and not instant speed 2 mana removal, but like the context gives you that detail. So you're right in the actually sense they guaranteed had removal, but in the context of the discussion that I was talking about there, Yorion doesn't guarantee they have 2 mana removal. Man, endless Sultai today. Need to fire up. If you wanna ladder up, chat, fire up some cycling and farm some of these people. Beep beep, go fast deck. Good against Yorion. Just gonna put 4 power into play and start attacking here. Why is the Yorion deck Sultai not just a 60-card one? Would it make it more consistent? I don't know. I don't have enough experience with that archetype to tell you that. You're definitely countering the removal spell here. Cast your instant speed spells at sorcery speed, chat. Nothing wrong with playing your card while your opponent's tapped out. Sure, the person, Crazy Duck, is asking, why wouldn't you just play a 60-card deck if you want to ultimatum as quickly as possible? Because ultimatum wins the game frequently. So, obviously, if you're playing Yorion, you're required to play more cards. Drawing the cards you want to ultimatum for more consistently is definitely a downside to being 60 versus not. Do I want to use this Unleash the Fury as a lightning strike here? I feel like the answer to that question could be yes. Oh, they're Esper. I feel like the answer is definitely yes. They're a Doom Foretold deck, chat. They are not the Sultimatum. Ooh. After Goldspan Dragon, this was the best runner deck for sure. Goldspan would have been lethal there, so obviously that was the single best one, but it's a good second. Yeah, Showdown turn 5 is a good time to draw it. You get to play your land off of it for the turn. If you get 2 lands, you can play both of them over the course of a couple turns. Alright, I think against Esper Doom, all the Unleash the Furies come out. This is definitely an Ox of Agonas matchup. This probably isn't a 3 Roiling Vortex matchup, but I probably don't mind seeing one of them. Board like that. We'll trim one Kazuul's Fury here as well. You'll see me. So the thing I'm doing when sideboarding here against these interactive decks, you see me trimming on the kind of combo kill that we use to race aggro and boarding in additional threats, because cards like Unleash the Fury and Kazuul's Fury aren't threats on their own. So if our opponent answers our things that are on board, they're useless cards. So we want to just raise our individual card quality and be less dependent on synergies and just have more individually good cards. Why is it definitely an Ox matchup? Because they're a deck that's trying to grind us out of resources. And Ox draws us 3 cards. My 2-year-old just clapped and told me I did a good job using the potty. Kids are great. Yeah, that sounds fine. Keep, we'll bottom the Phoenix. Or wait, your 2-year-old used the potty, or you did? I'm confused by your wording now that I'm reading it again. I feel like they were clapping for you. Based on a cursory read of what you said there. I did. She's very proud of me. Yeah, that's always fun. Because, like, for people that don't have children, you give them lots of positive reinforcements when they use the potty. So then they feel like you should also get prizes. Para Umiz, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel today. I will say that's the one thing I'm not looking forward to doing again now that we have a new little one, is potty training for the 3rd time. Doesn't sound exceptionally exciting. It's definitely my least favorite part of the tiny children. It's the best quality of life upgrade you can get is when they finally use the toilet, but one of the nice things about this format is Extinction Event's the 4-mana sweeper, so they can't get rid of all my creatures here. Oh no, not binding. Oh, they killed my 3/1, chat. How will we ever survive now? Alright, Gas Divination. Sorry, I mean a 4/3. Gas Divination. Sorry, it was only 1 mana. Oops. My 2-year-old threw up this morning and said, "I spit big, daddy." They could Shadow's Verdict be here. No Shadow's Verdict. Opponent's probably dead. I guess they get to kill my Bonecrusher Giant. So I get to Dragon, attack, use the treasure to diddle the Yorion, getting paid off for playing the Giant Killer out proactively here. My opponent's taking a lot of game actions while they die, chat. That's nice. Do you think it's fun? I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. Goldspan Dragon, I choose you. Speaking of Goldspan Dragon and fun, someone in the subscribers Discord last night posted a Goldspan Dragon Glorybringer Dragon deck, and I am about it. I am about that life, and we're gonna have to try that at some point. As a big fan of 4/4 flying haste dragons, playing both. It was Suna, yeah. If you have sweet standard or historic decks, chat, I want to see them in the subs Discord. Post me pictures and tell me why they're great, and we'll If I also think they're great and sweet, I will consider adding them to the stream. Put them up for some stream voting. I'm not taking cheap deck submissions for money anymore, but I am picking out sweet things from other places still, so. Bebo! Thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate the prime. I'm here for the memes too. This deck, like, I don't know. Someone commented when we started, ironically, that like, oh, we were playing a stock tier 1 deck, but like, this deck is so sweet for a tier 1 deck. Like, I really like this Naya Fling deck. The things it does tickle my fancy. I'm a big, my kink when I play card games, I love combat tricks and protection spells, and this deck has a ton of combat tricks and protection spells. And like, obviously the adventure cards are busted and good, but like, the details surrounding it are a lot of fun. What happened to Brainstorm? We played Brainstorm to start this morning. I don't like to sit and play the same deck all day. Good old trusty. Variety is the spice of life. So we'll go Forest, Token, Innkeeper, tap land, Lovestruck Beast, draw a card. Pylon, thanks for the 21 months. Welcome back. Whoa! Someone not playing a control deck. Just been mono Yorian so far today. I think we just do this here. Same, but for me, it means changing decks every 30 minutes. Yeah, for content perspective, I like to do at least an hour with decent decks. And when a deck's a sweet one like this, I like to do closer to 2. Seasoned Hollow Blade. What do you think he's seasoned with, chat? Is it like salt and pepper? Maybe some chili powder? Asinine Panda, thanks for the prime support. I appreciate you dropping that off again. Welcome back. Paprika. Salt. It is a magic card. It does probably have a high sodium intake. I would believe that. You know, I think with another 1/1 in hand here, I'm not gonna offer that trade because they don't pump this. I want to block on the backswing. I guess Lovestruck Beast blocks. Yeah, probably supposed to attack for 1 there. We'll see. They're probably going to go land maul anyways and make us sad. I guess they could diddle the Lovestruck Beast and attack. Selfless Savior. Okay, so... So no good attacks here. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, I think we want to block while the blocking is good. How do we feel about block with Innkeeper, pick up with Shepherd? I guess that means I can't go Shepherd and Bonecrusher next turn. Yeah, I hate it. Let's just jump here. I want to draw 4 next turn to try and set up like a Skalds into a big dragon turn, I think. Is our goal. That's a Giant Killer. Does Giant Killer change my timing? I think it does. I think Giant Killer means that we want to use this to diddle the Hollow Blade next turn. So I think we start with this. And draw. We just want to buy time, right? Because like our deck has a ton of card advantage and explosive like pseudo combo potential. So we just need to survive to get there, basically. Hebo, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel today. You like block and return beast after they discard? Ooh, I wouldn't hate that. It's a pretty reasonable suggestion. I think you're right, Langton. That would have been the better line. Cast Ravenscribe. Man, I was watching Croaky's stream, and he was playing with Giant Killer, and he did this to a seasoned Hollowed Blade and made them discard a card, and he referred to it as Croxaing his opponent instead of Ravenscribing them, and I just had the biggest get these kids off my goddamn lawn moment of my life. Just I had never felt so attacked by someone being new to the game. It was just like, it's not a Croxa, it's a Ravenscribe. It's a Ravenscribe, chat. And if you don't know what a Ravenscribe is, you're a damn kid, you can get off my lawn too. Alright, what are we doing here? Probably back in my day. Someone pull up the text of Old Fogey for me, will you? Don't even look up how old Evening Tide is. Oh no. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. This is Shrek all over again. The PlayStation 2 is 21 years old today, chat. Not today, this week. Your PlayStation 2 can get a drink at a bar. We still have not found a dragon, huh? Do we have lethal next turn? Not quite, huh? I could crack them. I have 16 damage. I try, Spartan. How do we feel about picking up Giant Killer? I think I'm into it. Oh, I have too many decisions, chat. Oh, I have too many decisions. I'm probably supposed to chop down now. I'm probably supposed to chop down now, so I can't murder two things. I'm a mana short of that. I think we chop. There could be merit to chopping down during their upkeep. I think I chop down now and then cast Giant, the Giant Killer this turn. Block Snow Tex, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I want to find a dragon and a second Unleash Fury is what we're looking for here. Like, that's the goal. The goal is dragon and second Unleash Fury. We found half of what we're looking for. Because if I find second Unleash Fury, we kill them. Oh, I should have kept a red source. That was wrong. I should have kept the Needle Pathway. Depending on how they attack here, we could kill them on the backswing. Well, I mean, their flyer doesn't matter, because I have Sejiri Shelter. If I do this... make them discard their last card, so we're face up, and then I could try and kill them next turn by drawing another Unleash Fury. There's only 32 cards in my deck. I have a couple of draw threes. 7, 8. Yeah, I get 7 shots of the second Fury to kill them. Dragon makes all the red mana we need, chat. Wait, are they dead regardless because they attacked with the flyer? Wait, did I just punt lethal? I think I just punted lethal. So if I Goldspan... Fuck, I had lethal and I missed it. I had lethal and I missed it. So I could have given this protection from white and then Goldspan. I don't currently have lethal. I'm 1 mana short because this cost me 2 and then... Yeah, I'm short. Okay, so now I have to draw another Fury. Now I have to draw another Unleash Fury. I could have given this pro white and then doubled the power on this and then flung this. Fury doesn't make a treasure, chat. Oh wait, does it? Attack. Double. Does it? If I do this, I get 2. We give this pro. No, I'm short, chat. I'm short. Because this, I need to target this with shelter. This isn't free. This isn't free, chat. Stop it, chat. Get some help. Alright, I probably could have survived another attack if I would have counted. That's frustrating. Yikes. I guess I could maybe still survive another. No, I can't because of this with these. All right, I missed lethal. If I wouldn't have played this, I would have had enough mana, chat. Just for the record. So if I wouldn't have played this with these 3 with the Giant and the Dragon, I would have killed them. Because this would have been pro-white. They'd have taken 4. This would have been 8. That'd have been 12. And then I would have had enough mana to Fury for exactly 20. Use the attack treasure to cast Unleash Fury. Then use that treasure to cast Sejiri Shelter. Yeah, then how do I pay mana for Kazuul's Fury? You need this. This is how we kill them. So putting this on the Dragon is 8. Putting this on the Bonecrusher is 4, and then putting this at the end is 20. I don't have the mana to Fling, chat. So I had exactly enough mana if I hadn't done this. But I did do this because I'm a big dumb stupid who didn't count it. So we had deterministic lethal that turn, and I messed it up when I cast this and made myself 1 mana short. Just cheat, Jeff. I mean, that's the answer to most of Twitch chat's line, is you just cheat and pretend the rules of Magic don't exist and then they lose. Oh yeah, we're just hitting this on board, right? So, a little bit unlucky not finding a second Unleash the Fury in our top ton of cards there, but had deterministic lethal and missed it. I mean, like, you could talk about that being unlucky, but the actual answer is I fucked up and deserve to die. You'll win more games of Magic if you don't miss onboard lethal, chat. It wasn't onboard, technically. It was in our hand. There was a lot of stuff going on, but counts like that are what make this deck hard to play. It's doing all of that math while the timer's ticking down. Hey, what's going on, Shuffles? Whenever you want. Let me know. I'm gonna play at least 1 more match with this deck. So anytime in the next hour you want me to start, let me know. Zayler, thanks for the 14 months. Congrats on the 25, Jake. What do I want to cut here? I want all my removal. Am I supposed to be less combo-y post-board and just be bigger? I guess I have a lot of interaction, huh? I feel like being less combo-y's gotta be wrong. Maybe we cut all the Shepherds of the Flock. I could see that. And then we chip like 1 Unleash Fury. Sejiri Shelter's probably not very good. I guess I have Chop Down, which we want to protect against. Yeah, decking. Sejiri Shelter against their mono white deck making our things unblockable, so it seems like it's very good. I think this is hand sucks keep territory. I get to go Thing, tapped land, Thing. We get 2 draws and an untapped land to play Lovestruck Beast on curve. Obviously, we could brick off on our 3rd land and just lose here, but our hand, if we draw the 3rd land on curve, is like really good. I guess we're about a coin flip to brick usually. Red Source would be an ideal draw here, obviously. Alright, and we're dead. Good stuff. Alright, let's play 1 more with this, then we're gonna play some Feather. And you see, chat, if you don't miss lethal in the first game, you get a 3rd game to make up for when you're unlucky. So, like, yes, unlucky in that 2nd game, but would have gotten a 3rd game if I'd have played better in the first one. I don't think we keep this against no Yorion. This hand's fine. This hand's like good even, right? We keep this hand's like actually really good. Huh. We keep this. We go Lovestruck Beast on 1. We go Innkeeper Giant Killer, draw a card on 2. Lovestruck Beast, draw a card on 3. A 1605. Thank you for the 2 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Want to talk about bad beats? That is a colossally bad beat. Holy shit. That is super unlucky. They get the Bonecrusher Giant here. It's brutal. Oh wait, they didn't kill my Innkeeper? They have another shock in their hand? Yeah, of course they do. Feel like we're probably not blocking because of Cleave next turn anyway, so I'm just gonna chunk them here, and then maybe we kill them with Fury next turn. No blocks here means Cleave puts us to 4. God damn it. Man, what a just unreal game. Just like hits our Bonecrusher Giant and then has that. Just absolutely brutal. That's true. I should remember the Cleave command in chat. Never not dead to Cleave. I think my line's correct. They have to have exactly those 2 cards to beat us there, and we kill them on the backswing, so I'm pretty happy with my blocks, or lack thereof. I think because this hand needs to draw a land, we want to just Edgewall into Giant Killer on 2 here. Think. Perfect. CJNJ, thank you for the 29 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think this deck's a great choice, Beansy. He hath been stepped on. Huh? I think we... I think I just play a 5/5 here, with the plan being to Skalds on 4 so we can Dragon with Skalds trigger on 5. What's going on, Blue Cactus? Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Pretty good. Pretty good. Afternoon, Mean Bean. Our opponent's dead, they just don't know it yet, chat. It's a shame this doesn't have a 3rd point of toughness. I think I would bring this in here if it did. The fact that it dies to stop means it's not good enough, though. Maybe I'm supposed to be bringing in Akroan War in matchups like this. What do we think on that? Is this the Akroan War matchup? Seems kind of slow on the draw. Seems great. where WotC announced the upcoming Historic Anthology 4. So there's been a couple different places. So they sent an email to PT players letting them know that Historic Anthology 4 would be legal for an upcoming tournament. And then they announced yesterday on one of their live streams that, they announced yesterday on a live stream that they would be, what's the word I'm searching for? There would be an arena update today, generically. Sounds like you have to be Sherlock Holmes to get the information. Listen, I broke my rule of since I've come back of focusing on just the game to post a Twitter post last night saying that they need to improve their communication as always. So yeah, you're correct. One of the consistently biggest issues with Wizards of the Coast is their lack of clear communication. I guess I'm playing this and then I'm getting wrecked by Cleave. MK all day, thank you for the 28 months, welcome back. Okay, and they're just trading here? Sure. We're very angry, chat. Very, very angry. Well, if that's their play, that seems good for us. Although I also suppose with the castle, those are all attacking for 2 next turn, which is terrifying. So if they attack with everything, we're taking 6 and losing our 1/1, which is fine. Never not dead to Cleave, chat fam. Actually, do I block with the 1/1? I'm not sure that I do, because, like, I go to 4 here, but if I don't block with the 1/1, I can kill them on the backswing with a red source, right? So you just untapped red is lethal? So, it's a little late. Nice, you did it. Good job getting all the gems.
What?
I think we're supposed to go non-red source, play this cantrip here. Playing bug stacks now very trippy. It is trippy in a sweet way. You're not wrong. Thank you for the 23 months. All right, so if I attack in Fury, I think I'm just supposed to pass here. I think I'm just supposed to pass. And then this way, if they attack with everything, I can block everything and keep a 1/1 around. I don't want to be dead to Stomp or to them killing one of my creatures. Like I could attack for 10 here, but that doesn't seem Seems like that leaves us dead to a lot. Or do they have enough to Faceless Haven and activate Castle? That's rough. I think I gotta do this. I think I gotta trade off the board. Ring-a-ding-ding. All right, chat. I think we got it. Don't kill me. They could have a Soul Seer to kill this. All right, I don't think they have any. They could have a Shredded Sails. Definitely a YOLO dragon, chat. To infinity and beyond. Very angry dragon, chat. You won't like him when he's angry. This is a good last game here, huh? Don't know about you, but I'm dealing 32. Crunch. Nice. It's a good, clean, satisfying thunk at the end there. Yeah, this deck's gasoline. I don't really like. So my feedback at the end of this is mostly the same as the last time we played it, which is that I feel like I'm pretty confident in saying that you should just play this main deck that's all 4-ofs. I think if you were going to touch something, I think it might maybe not be necessary to play all 4 of these. I've seen people trimming down to 2 Shepherd to play other miscellaneous utility cards. I don't strictly hate that. That being said, having 8 ways to protect your dragons game 1 and then just boarding down on these when they're not good is also pretty reasonable. Like having 16 adventure cards to trigger Innkeeper feels good, and having 8 protection on this feels good. So I feel like I like this main deck, and I'd rather just board down on this card in the aggro matchups when it's not stellar. Yeah, so the sideboard, I don't really have strong opinions about the sideboard. This main deck is honestly just so good that like the sideboard feels kind of mostly whatever. Maybe I would like this Ox to be a 3rd Phoenix of Ash in the sideboard, so I think Phoenix is probably better than Ox against Sultai Ultimatum specifically. If I really wanted to dump on Sultai, I could see a 4th Roiling Vortex not being unreasonable too for that, like go 4-2 here on that. Having this card on 2 is pretty good in that matchup. But yeah, this deck's sweet. If you're looking for a nice, powerful deck that can thunk people for 32 like that out of nowhere on a single turn, and also has like good interaction in the form of the adventure package, this is a great choice. Definitely prefer this to the Naya deck that we played yesterday that didn't really have much closing power. We're just like trying to dirtle and draw cards. All right, we're gonna